In Phoenix, the pavement can reach 180 degrees. That's hot enough to cause second-degree burns in seconds. And yet, nearly 5 million people live here. Not just visit, not just pass through, but live, raise families, and build their futures in the heart of the Sonoran Desert. Phoenix is often called America's hottest city, with average summer temperatures nearing 94 degrees and weeks of extreme heat each year. Still, it's one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the entire country. In just 10 years, this desert city added over 650,000 new residents. Today, the broader metro area, stretching across Maricopa and Pinal Counties, holds more than 5.3 million people. What's drawing them here? What makes a place this hot, this dry, and this unforgiving so attractive? In this video, we'll explore how Phoenix became a modern urban giant by looking at its economy, its history, its water, and the bold ways it's preparing for a hotter future. Job market. One big reason people keep moving to Phoenix is work. There are lots of jobs here and more are being added all the time. In 2024, over 2.5 million people had jobs in the Phoenix area. That's 33,500 more than the year before. Even with all the new people arriving, the unemployment rate stayed low, around 3.1%. That means most people who want to work are finding jobs. And it's not slowing down. Maricopa County is expected to add nearly 56,000 new jobs in just 2 years. Phoenix also makes up about 70% of all the new jobs in Arizona. When jobs grow, more people move in. And when more people move in, it helps the city grow even more. That's a big reason why this desert city keeps getting bigger, even when the heat says otherwise. Technology and manufacturing. Phoenix isn't just growing because of the weather or the lifestyle. It's becoming a center for technology and big ideas. Some of the world's biggest companies are putting down roots here. One of the biggest is TSMC, a company from Taiwan that makes computer chips. They're building 3 huge factories in Phoenix, costing about $65 billion. These factories are expected to bring over 6,000 good-paying jobs. Intel is doing something similar, spending $32 billion on 2 new chip plants, with help from the CHIPS Act, and those will add thousands more jobs by 2025. But it's not just chips. Phoenix has become one of the top places in the US for data centers, those big buildings that store internet and cloud data. All of that growth needs people to keep things running, like HVAC technicians and engineers. And as Phoenix becomes a top 10 city for tech and startups, especially in artificial intelligence, it's drawing in more skilled workers, higher wages, and fresh energy to the city's economy. That's helping Phoenix build a future where high heat doesn't slow down high tech. Healthcare and biomedical. Another reason Phoenix keeps growing is healthcare. It's not just important, it's one of the biggest parts of the city's economy. Right now, about 14 out of every 100 jobs in Greater Phoenix are in healthcare, and the number is rising fast. In just 1 year, 2024, nearly 21,000 new healthcare jobs were added. And by 2030, experts expect healthcare and biomedical jobs here to grow by more than 30%. That's nearly double the national average. Big projects are helping drive that growth, like Discovery Oasis, a new 120-acre medical campus led by Mayo Clinic. It's expected to bring in 2,000 high-paying jobs in research and treatment. The Phoenix Bioscience Core is also growing, with a focus on cutting-edge science. As these centers expand, they need more specialists like research assistants and biologists, making Phoenix a magnet for skilled health workers and scientists from across the country. Aerospace and Defense. Arizona has the 4th highest number of aerospace manufacturing jobs in the whole country, and a big part of that is right here in Phoenix. Major companies like Northrop Grumman, Honeywell Aerospace, and General Dynamics have set up shop in the city. These aren't small operations, they build parts for planes, spacecraft, and defense systems. That creates a steady need for highly skilled workers, especially aerospace engineers. These are high-paying, high-tech jobs that help drive Phoenix's economy forward. For people with the right skills, it's a strong reason to move here. Tourism and hospitality. Not everyone comes to Phoenix to stay forever. Some just come to relax. Tourism is a big part of life here, especially in the cooler months. With sunny skies, mild winter temperatures, fancy resorts, and over 200 golf courses, Phoenix has become a favorite escape for travelers. And all that activity keeps hotels, restaurants, and attractions running strong. It also creates steady jobs in hospitality, from receptionists and servers to spa workers and event staff. For many residents, this industry offers both opportunity and stability. Business-friendly environment. Phoenix isn't just a good place to work, it's a good place to do business. Arizona has some of the most business-friendly policies in the country, with low taxes and fewer regulations. That makes it easier for companies to grow, hire, and invest. On top of that, Phoenix's inflation rate in April of 2024 was 2.6%, which was lower than the national average. That means prices aren't rising as fast here, which helps both businesses and families plan ahead. Companies like knowing what to expect, and Phoenix gives them that kind of stability. It's part of what makes the economy here so strong and steady. With smart planning and strong support, Greater Phoenix has become a magnet for investment, and that's helping to create jobs, attract people, and shape a future that looks bright, even under the desert sun. Mitigation strategies. Phoenix knows it's hot, and it's not ignoring the problem. In fact, the city is leading the way with smart, science-based solutions to help people stay cool and safe. It created something called the Office of Heat Response and Mitigation, a team focused on both short-term help and long-term fixes. One of their biggest projects is the Cool Pavement program. Instead of regular asphalt, they use a special coating that reflects more sunlight and keeps road surfaces up to 12 degrees cooler during the day. That helps reduce heat in neighborhoods and even lowers how much energy buildings use for air conditioning. Phoenix is also planting more trees, lots of them. Trees cool the air naturally through something called evapotranspiration, and they provide much-needed shade. The goal is to cover 25% of the city with tree canopy by 2050, which could save money and protect lives during heat waves. On rooftops, the city is promoting cool roof designs that bounce heat away from buildings. And studies show this could bring big economic benefits by 2050. And for people who need help right now, Phoenix runs cooling centers and gives out water through a large heat relief network. And that's a big reason why so many people still choose to call this desert city home. Water management strategies. Living in the desert means one thing is always on your mind: water. And Phoenix has spent decades making sure it has enough. The city doesn't rely on just one water source. It has something called a diverse water portfolio, which means it pulls from different places, mostly surface water, which it holds high priority rights to. That makes its supply more reliable than most cities in the region. Phoenix also reuses almost all of its treated wastewater. This water helps keep golf courses green, supports wetlands, cools a nuclear power plant, and even recharges underground aquifers. Phoenix also has a system called water banking, saving water during wet years so it can be used in dry ones. On top of that, the city runs big conservation programs, reminding people to save water and helping them use less at home and work. Thanks to all these efforts, Phoenix has built one of the most advanced water systems in the country. Cost of living. Now, let's talk about something that matters to everyone: how much it costs to live here. Phoenix has long been known for being more affordable than places like Los Angeles or New York. But as more people move in, prices have gone up. The average home in Phoenix now sells for about $475,000. Some neighborhoods like Desert Ridge or North Scottsdale are much higher, over $600,000. But in places like the East Valley or West Valley, you can still find 3-bedroom homes between $350,000 and $450,000. Renting isn't cheap either, but it's often more affordable than buying. In fact, about 99% of properties in Phoenix cost less to rent than to own. For families on tight budgets, especially those earning low incomes, it's getting harder to keep up. Speaking of which, electric bills during Phoenix's scorching summers can be high, often $150 to $250 a month for a family. Taxes are relatively mild here. Property taxes average around 0.53% of home value. And income tax rates are lower than in many other states. Overall, Phoenix still offers a better deal than many big cities. Education. Of course, a big part of what makes any city grow and thrive is education. And Phoenix is no exception. It's become one of the Southwest's top hubs for higher learning, offering something for just about everyone. Arizona State University, or ASU, is one of the biggest names here. It has campuses all over the metro area from Tempe to downtown, and it's known for innovation, strong research, and flexible online programs through ASU Online. Beyond universities, the city has one of the largest community college networks in the country. There are also schools for future doctors, nurses, veterinarians, and even mechanics and welders. Together, these schools help build a strong local workforce, something businesses really care about. For folks thinking about moving here, it's a big comfort knowing there are good schools for their kids and even chances to go back and learn something new themselves. Healthcare system. A big reason people feel confident putting down roots in Phoenix is the healthcare. Phoenix has some of the top hospitals in the region, with new expansions happening all over. Phoenix Children's Hospital, for example, is adding beds, emergency rooms, and surgical space, creating over 400 jobs and making room for more families. There's also a brand new pediatric hospital going up in the East Valley, built to handle growing demand in that area. There are clinics and hospitals spread across the city, so people don't have to drive hours to get the help they need. Telehealth services are also making it easier for folks in more remote areas to get care. Sure, like any big system, there are places to improve, but overall, Phoenix's healthcare network is growing with its population, keeping people healthy and giving families, retirees, and businesses one more reason to stay. Every day, about 200 new people move to Phoenix. Many come from places like California, looking for lower taxes, more space, and a better cost of living. And it's not just the number of people, it's who they are. Younger generations, remote workers, and folks with higher incomes are helping to reshape the city. Even people from around the world are choosing Phoenix, bringing new ideas, cultures, and energy. All of this keeps the city growing, not just in size, but in opportunity. Sure, the heat is tough, but for many, it's a trade they're willing to make. A few months of summer sun is worth it if the rest of the year brings jobs and a good life. Thanks so much for watching today. If something surprised you about Phoenix, or you've ever thought about moving there, we'd love to hear from you. We'll see you in the next video.